Hello dear friends, I will try to make a few more explanation about subtype because this is a difficult theory for understanding. So how we come to understand subtype of any particular type from the 16 types? As you know, a long time ago existed the theory of subtypes written by Viktor Gulenko together with Valentina Migeti and Anatoly Ovcharov. So these sociologists proposed that we can consider subtype by either first or second function. It's almost like for the type Dostoevsky, ethical intuitive. Ethical subtype because of the program function introverted ethics, and intuitive subtype by the creative function of extroverted intuition. And I was always thinking, how can it be that intuition can be stronger than the first program function? It shouldn't be like that. Later on, I understood that it's more about the quantity of the functions, how they are balancing each other. If there is too much of ethics and very little intuition, then we can say ethical subtype. But if intuition is pretty strong and come very close to ethics, then we say intuitive subtype. So there is nothing wrong with this theory as such of subtype. But how to understand which subtype the person has? For example, Dostoevsky, ethical or intuitive? And in a system, TPE system, in associative socionics, we understood the whole mechanism of how the right way, logically, objectively, to come to this conclusion and understand which one subtype the person can have, the type can have. So, if Dostoevsky has got rationality stronger, and Dostoevsky is the type which is rational, introverted and static. If rationality is stronger, obviously another rational function must be stronger. So, and the first function, ethics, is rational, which suggests another rational function is extroverted ethics. So ethics on the whole, the macro aspect, must be stronger than intuition. Macro aspect has got both function, like introverted ethics and extroverted ethics. We call it ethics. And the same for intuition, introverted and extroverted intuition, intuition. So if rationality is stronger, subtypes will be rational too. That will be Hamlet, ethical, intuitive, extrovert. But what happens if other traits are stronger, statics or introversion? If statics is stronger, then intuition is very strong. And then it will be not rational Dostoevsky, it will be more intuitive Dostoevsky. Intuitive Dostoevsky means that either extroverted intuition or introverted intuition is stronger present. If it is extroverted intuition stronger present, that will be Huxley type. And that also means that statics will be presented stronger in this particular person. But if introversion is stronger, then subtype will be Yesenin, intuitive, ethical, introvert, and that will be also intuitive, Dostoevsky, but with stronger introversion, not statics. So we understand subtypes in relation to the traits of small groups, which we call type of psychic energy. They are in a core of our understanding the subtype. Another interesting question is to consider subtypes. As I say in the previous videos, that we identify subtypes by most similarity to the actual type. It should be either one of the strongest function involved. Subtype must have one of the strongest functions of the type, personality type, either similarity either on the program function or through the creative function. And on the level of type of energy, it is a level of group. When we compare and consider in strengths dichotomic traits like rationality, irrationality, statics, dynamics, and extraversion, introversion. This can be variations of all of them. So any of TPE, of the 3 TPEs, apart from the leading one, can be a subtype energy. But model A suggests a tendency. Maybe it is a tendency, but definitely not a strong rule. According to model A, all the functions in a conscious block, mental block of model A, are static. And this suggests that static type of energy must be as a subtype for static type. And the same is true for dynamic types. This could be a tendency. In this case, for type Dostoevsky, at the level of the groups, the profile will be superego it, where it is subtype energy. And at the level of the types, there will be subtype of Huxley, because this type belongs to it types. This makes sense if we consider model A, but I would suggest that this predisposition or preference is already answered when we say that the most identical types, the most closest and similar types, they are within your group of TPE. And that's why for Dostoevsky, subtype will be most likely either Dreiser, ethical, sensory introvert, or it will be Robespierre, logical, intuitive introvert. And that's we will decide which one of them we will decide in relation to dichotomic traits as well. Because if we say logical intuitive, this means that intuition is very strong, and that will be intuitive subtype for Dostoevsky. At the level of TPEs, we will consider either Huxley or we will consider Yesenin. Because strong intuition get Dostoevsky closer to Robespierre within the group superego, but not to Dreiser. If it would be Dreiser, then it would be ethics stronger. Ethics would be stronger, and in this case, we say rationality is stronger, much stronger than intuition. And then at the level of type of psychic energy, in the level of groups, ego, id, superego, ego, id, superid, we would consider for Dostoevsky subtype Hamlet, because all these types, Dostoevsky, Dreiser, Hamlet, they all have got as a program function ethics. Ethics stronger, rational subtype. If it is intuitive subtype, they will be either id or superid is a subtype energy, and the subtypes will be either Huxley or Yesenin. Well, it is a difficult moment to understand, but with the practice of diagnostics, it will be automatic. Thank you very much for watching.